breakfast Carnival in Brooklyn, beautiful Brooklyn. That's the entrance, and this is VIP, a VIP breakfast where you find elected officials and all the other dignitaries around. I know we are live on 107.1 FM with Mark Bensharp, and we want to bring you a taste of what's going on in Brooklyn. Presently, we know it will be an all day, and I'm seeing Farrell Lewis, council member Farrell Lewis, and that, oh my God, Shirley Paul of the special advisor to the governor. So I'm going to come around here. I want you to know, Shirley, you're live on the radio, 107.1 FM with Mark Bensharp. It's a Guyanese radio, right? And you're live and letting them know that you're special advisor to the governor.
What's going on?
All right.
Very nice.
Yeah.
To all of you, hope you're having a great Labor Day weekend with your loved ones and enjoying the Caribbean.
You're right. And I know you're bringing the governor shortly.
She'll be here soon.
All right. And she's a grand marshal. No, I care about you, Shirley. Certainly so. And wait, don't run away, Farah. And with Farah, Mark is on, Farah, your favorite Mark.
Hi, Farah.
Council member Farah Lewis.
Hi.
Yeah, thank you very much. I was telling your sister, you said I'm your favorite Guyanese person anywhere around. Mark, cannot contest that.
I wish I can hear more of the Congresswoman.
Oh, we're going soon. First, we'll do Guyana Avenue. Mark is on. Derek is on.
Well, y'all gotta do the process the right way.
Yes. Beautiful. We read every word. And so we want them to know in Guyana that you've been working with us to make this possible, the Guyana Avenue.
My husband may be Guyanese.
There you go. I understand that. Look, I spoke to your sister just now. She whispered to me. Yes, certainly.
All right, take care, council member.
And so we are moving around. Mark is probably speaking.
Yeah. So,
I wouldn't be able to hear you much.
Yeah, we need to hear more.
Because
we need to hear more of
speaking, the noise, all right? But I see Mark is speaking, so I'll allow him to speak.
I'm just saying that we need to hear more of the persons. We weren't able to hear much of Farah, the councilwoman, and the of the
council member.
Yeah. Oh, go ahead. That's okay. Go ahead.
My dear, take a picture with you on the radio there. You're live. Show them what's going on in Brooklyn. Her father, Mark, you know her father, Mark, as a journalist. Her father was the great Ken Kirby of the Caribbean Life newspaper.
Caribbean Life,
for like 30 years.
Ken Kirby was a good friend of mine.
Mark, I know you will remember as a little girl. I know you older now.
I know her dad very well. Good morning.
I'm here at the Radical VIP breakfast. A lot of elected officials, a lot of constituents. We're here to support the cause, and we do this every single year. And I just want to say thank you for just having Brooklyn represent its wonderful diaspora of beautiful Caribbean people and our culture. And we're going to continue having this. Those who don't like it, that's okay, because this is where the biggest American and Caribbean diaspora meets, right here in
Beautiful.
It's right here in Brooklyn.
Beautiful. Thank you very much, God. Enjoy the rest of the
Thank
day.
you so much.
All right, certainly so. And so, she's on the phone. I'm going to move around a little.
Thank you. And for those of you
I'm going to get back to Councilmember Farrell, which is on the phone.
That's let me just let our folks know who are watching.
All right, so I'm moving around.
That this is a live event. This is in Brooklyn right now. And we have James Richmond there doing the camera work for us. Share the link and let folks see what's happening there at the Labor Day. This is the VIP section.
See you, Dr. Blue. You're live on 107.1 straight from Guyana.
Yes.
Right? Let them know this is where it's at.
That's right.
Guyana, Jamaica, Trinidad.
All the colors are here.
And you are representing Medgar Evers College also.
College, and we are in the heart of Central Brooklyn.
And let me tell you, this is 50 years of celebrating CARICOM, and this is one Caribbean, and we are celebrating right here, and we will be live on Eastern Parkway as well.
There you have it from Dr. Blue. There you
Right.
go. All right. So I'm showing you all these sites. I have to get the council member. Yes, she's off her phone. So let me get back to her quickly, Mark. She's taking pictures with folks. Hello. Council member, they said they didn't hear your words. So I'm back as soon as you're done with the picture.
I know we'll be taking up a lot of the time with the council member. For those of you who are now joining us,
Yeah,
though
the
we're
council
live.
member is very popular. She's taking picture. They said they did not.
Come back in 10 minutes.
Okay. Yeah. Okay. All right. So we're moving around.
Yep.
We're gonna go into the crowd. I wouldn't hear a word. So Mark, you will talk. I will say a few words. I will just show you around. All right. Hello. How are you doing, man? Good. All right. See all the big chiefs in Brooklyn. Council member Mercedes.
We'd love to have
And the
a quick
chief
word.
for Brooklyn Police Department, all the big guys. Yeah. But I'm gonna move a little. They're taking pictures. I'm just gonna move around. Oh, Anne-Marie. Anne-Marie and Chief, you're live on radio from Guyana. You're live.
Can't ask for a better camera guy
Yes,
than
you're
James
live.
Richmond, huh? Promoting Guyana, repping Guyana.
There we
This is
go.
the Labor Day session. This is
I'm
what is
gonna go
called,
straight in.
this is what is called behind the scenes. You stop, you take your photographs.
Congressman Hakeem Jeffries.
Congressman Jeffries.
Dr. Graham, to Michelle, to Anne-Marie, to all of the members of the board. Good morning. What an honor and a privilege to be with all of you as we engage in this incredible celebration, a celebration that has been so meaningful to the people of Brooklyn and New York City and the nation of certainly the Caribbean region. You know, I grew up on Sterling between New York and Nostrand, so I grew up going to this parade. I've been part of this parade when I was a member of the New York State Assembly. I've been part of this parade when I was just a candidate for Congress. I've been part of this parade over the last 10 years as you're a member of the United States Congress. It's a blessing to be back today to be part of this parade as the highest ranking Democrat in the United States Congress. Proud to represent all of you along with my good friend, Congresswoman Yvette Clark. And in Washington, we're going to continue to fight for you to put people over politics to make sure we can allow the Caribbean American community to thrive. Today we celebrate West Indian culture. Today we celebrate West Indian music. Today we celebrate dance. Today we celebrate art. Today we celebrate fashion. Today we celebrate the heart and soul of the Caribbean community. And today we celebrate your resilience. It's great to see everyone back in full swing. A few years ago, COVID may have knocked us down, but the Caribbean American community is resilient, and a knockdown is different than a knockout. A setback is nothing more than a setup for a comeback, and on the parade, you're going to see the great comeback here in Brooklyn. God bless each and every one of you, and the best is yet to come.
All right. That was Congressman Hakeem Jeffries.
Thank you to our esteemed Congressman. There are those among us in representation of politics who are committed not only to
Ford is there, Mark.
services,
Mark is on live, and I'm telling him Rick Ford is right there.
Ensuring diversity, equity, and inclusion. Congresswoman Yvette Clark
Morning, sir.
in Washington on behalf of her constituents and a staunch supporter of WIADCA. Congresswoman, we are so very fortunate that you rank among Brooklyn's most powerful advocates, and I'm pleased to welcome you to the podium.
Congressman Yvette Clark is up next to speak. Congresswoman Yvette Clark.
Thank you, James.
A pleasant good morning, everybody. Yes, it is Carnival Monday, and I am so honored pleased and proud to have been named one of the Grand Marshals this year. So I'm gonna be kicking it off Yardie style. Hello. Any Jamaicans in the room? So we talking Yardie style. I know the Trinis always talk about people big enough last, but you run the day, that's for sure. Let me acknowledge my colleague, my leader in Washington, D.C., soon to be Speaker of the United States House of Representatives, Hakeem Jeffries. Come on now. Hakeem Jeffries. Yes, it's about to go down, folks. And to all of my colleagues here present, to all the other Grand Marshals this morning, it's certainly my honor, my privilege to come. And you know, we here in Central Brooklyn have a certain amount of pride because we came to Brooklyn, New York, and we built community. We didn't wait for others to give us instructions, as my mother said. She came to New York with one brick and no map. And so she blazed the trail and was a forerunner for so many of us who have come to make Brooklyn, to make New York City, New York State their home. And so when we look out today and we see the grandeur of our culture, of unity coming together from all of the Caribbean islands, and we include, of course, Guyana, Belize, Honduras. We go straight down the road. We are one people separated by waters. So let me close by saying this. Everybody stay tuned. Turn to the person on your left and say, stay tuned.
Stay tuned.
Turn to the person on your right and say, stay tuned.
Stay tuned.
Because look at how God works. The anti-immigrant, hateful racists will now, in Washington, D.C., meet the judge who comes from Jamaica, Judge Sharpton. And let me tell you, all these games and razzle-dazzle that 45 is up to, she's not gonna stand for it. She is not going to stand for it. So look at how God works. What goes around comes around. Judgment will come from a Jamaican woman in Washington, D.C. So to everyone, thank you for all of your loving support, your encouragement, your criticism, always constructive. And let's go out and show the world how beautiful we are, how spectacular we are, and how we have made not only this city, not only this state, but the globe know that there were people who were dropped in the Caribbean Sea who have made well, notwithstanding all of the obstacles in their way. God bless you, God keep you, stay safe, stay healthy, stay strong, stay blessed, one love, bless up, and walk good.
Congresswoman Yvette Clark here.
Thank you, Congressman Clark. Our long-standing and illustrious
Judge,
New York
I'm
State
sorry, my
Controller
dear Judge.
has served with distinction
This is Judge. He's alive on radio in Guyana. The great Judge Radic in Brooklyn. From Grenada.
Fighting fraud, pushing for financial accountability, and
we have the comptroller of the city of New York over there. Brad, how you doing, Brad?
Honorable Tom DiNapoli.
And Tom is the state comptroller for the state of New
doing a
York.
great job as our MC. Give it up again to the Carnival Association Committee Board Chair Michelle Gibbs and everyone who worked so hard to bring us together.
And more, you have your great friend Nelson King right here.
WU Local 100 President. He was the first to be
Give my regards to Nelson.
wonderful Congresswoman
Give my
Yvette
regards to
Clark.
Nelson.
Anne-Marie Adamson from Emblem Health AVP, and of course 1199 SEIU's George Gresham. I just want to say it's a privilege to be back once, and at this wonderful celebration of Caribbean heritage and culture. Thank you to the West Indian Caribbean community for all that you do to make New York City, New York State, and the United States of America a stronger and more inclusive community. In our little Caribbean neighborhoods in Brooklyn and beyond, you are the economic strength and vitality that we want to see in all neighborhoods. The contributions to the arts, to culture, to education, to labor, to business, make us all a better New York. Enjoy the parade today, everyone. It's great to be with you once again.
So,
thank you so much.
And that's Jennifer Rajkumari. How you doing? Assembly member. Hello. Oh my gosh. Girl, I am saying. We have Ken Thompson, the first black to be elected as the district attorney. His wife is right here. Senator Schumer is now coming in to speak. Senator.
Let's get a quick word from the senator.
The leader of the United States Senate.
Good morning, good morning, good morning.
Senator Schumer.
Repeat after me. Unity. Unity. Unity.
And this is Myrie State Senator
can accomplish
Myrie.
anything as a Caribbean people if we are unified. And so I'm going to ask all my state colleagues if you are here to come up stage with me, come on stage with me, my colleagues in the state. Or not, or not.
And for those of you who are now joining us, this is a live event out in Brooklyn. This is the VIP section. They usually go, they have their breakfast, they have their stuff. And this is where we have James Richmond is there doing the camera work, doing the walking around so that you can get a behind the scene glimpse. Here's where all the photographs are taken with the politicians before they hit the streets, so to speak, on the parkway to do their parkwaying, so to speak, something that has been going on for quite some decades now, over 50-something years. Started off with some good friends way back in the days, Carlos Lamazon and so forth, the West Indian Carnival Day Association. It is still alive today, so let's head back and hear what they have to say. As we appreciate you share the link, we are hoping that our friend James is not going to run out of battery anytime soon.
He's also jumping on stage.
Yes. Okay, so before we take this picture, I just want to make one ground rule clear for the rest of the day. So the entirety of the festivities happening today, that happened yesterday, it all is happening in the 20th Senate District. All right, it's all in the 20th Senate District soon.
Again, you're having a behind-the-scene view. This is the breakfast event. This is where all the politicians gather. They give their brief speeches, and then they put on their sashes and they hit the parkway when the music started bubbling. And John and all those people took Ann John quite a while to catch on what's really going on, but that's okay, Ann John. We understand. Good morning to Ann John. Good morning to all of you. This is a VIP view, as the VIP view as to what's happening. We saw Senator Chuck Schumer just walked in there. Congresswoman Yvette Clark spoke earlier. Congressman Hakeem Jeffries. So they're all out there. Every single one of them are out there. And after this, they hit the streets. Let's hear what's happening here.
Live with Mark Bensop in Guyana. Yes,
Hi, good morning.
Yes, I'm not missing the action at all.
Some of these folks, James, I haven't seen in
All right,
a
Senator
long
Schumer
time.
is up to speak. It seems like he's coming on stage now, along with Assembly Member Rodney Bichot. She is the leader for the elected officials in Brooklyn. Seems like she's on stage as well.
We are absolutely ecstatic that our United States
and the speaker, MC for this program, is a former deputy borough president of Brooklyn who hails from Jamaica, and she's a former, but she's back MC in this program.
Schumer fights harder than anyone we know, and he always delivers from New York.
you haven't heard Senator Chuck Schumer, some of his humor, you will be able to hear that. I'm sure he's going to say he's he's a West Indian. I'm almost certain. And so this is behind the scene before they hit the parkway. So let's head back and hear the message from Senator Chuck Schumer. And then I believe there's some more politicians that will be on. But I know you guys want the action. We all do want the action, the Labor Day action. But let's head back and hear what the senator has to say. Good morning to all of you again, wherever you are.
Well, thank you. And I am first. I want everyone to give a round of applause to the Great Parade Committee. Let's hear it from Michelle Gibbs. And I'm going to mention all of the board members, because they deserve our thanks. We have Cecile Ford, Sapper Richardson, Tricia Thomas, Gregory Cox, Karen Crawford.
Going through again the West Indian Carnival Day Association, the senators thanking them indeed.
First, we represent Brooklyn. And second, look at our colors. Red, white, and blue. We represent America. And this great Caribbean community has always represented the greatness of America. Hardworking people, working hard, building up our city, building up our borough of Brooklyn, making sure that their children have a better life than they did. It's the greatness of America, the greatness of Brooklyn, personified by the first majority leader of the United States Senate from New York, and the first Haitian American to be chair of the Brooklyn Democratic Committee, Rodney's.
Thank you. Let's give it up to our majority leader, Senator Schumer. I want to congratulate Guyana on their 56th anniversary. But first, I want to say, I was talking about my Ernest Sherman representing the island of Haiti. And our majority leader said we're wearing the Haitian colors, blue and red. And if you put the white, we wear in America. But I just wanted to say to everyone to be safe and let's continue to march on and express our culture, our history. This is about the slave abolitionists, our freedom. And let's just go and have a great time on this beautiful day. Congratulations again, West Indian Day Carnival Parade Association.
And now, as you know, I've marched every year in this parade, rain or shine. And I asked the bystanders this question, all the parade watchers. What is the biggest island in the Caribbean?
Brooklyn! Brooklyn!
Brooklyn!
Brooklyn!
We have more Caribbeans than anywhere else, from every island. Have a great parade and be safe, everybody.
Senator Chuck Schumer, Senator of the United States of America. And as you guys know, there are two categories of senators, state senator and U.S. senator.
Someone lost a Visa card. Please check.
Yes, put up your hands.
Visa card. Please see Michelle Gibbs, chairman of the act. Is our city council speaker in the house?
I have my borough president right here, Donovan Richards, live in the house. And
she's not here. We will
I
move
think you're up to speak next, but you're live on radio in Guyana.
Public advocate,
Right.
Jomani
How you
Williams,
doing? Good.
an individual who has distinguished himself as a fighter for some of the toughest issues in our city. Please help me welcome our esteemed public advocate, Jomani Williams.
Let me get Jomani.
Again, so you know, you're getting a behind the scene glimpse as to what happens behind the scene, all the picture taking and so forth. You'll see a lot of photos on social media, Facebook and Instagram later on, but this is how it happens. This is how it all begins. And West Indian Labor Day Carnival, they go, they have their breakfast, they chit chat, and then guess what? They're on the parkway.
City Controller, the Honorable Brad Lander.
Good morning, Brooklyn. How you feeling? Our public advocate, Jemani Williams, will be here because we share a float together, and I'll tell you, it's a hard morning to be controller trying to match Jemani Williams down the parkway. But that means, of course, that I'm from Grenada this morning. All right, that's pretty good. I tell you, the Jews of Brooklyn come out to love and celebrate our Caribbean neighbors this morning. So let's hear it from the Jews who are in the room who want to celebrate our Caribbean neighbors. I hear you.
This is where all the politicians love to be. Every single one of the politicians love to be on the parkway, to walk, to mingle with the people. As you know, elections next year. Congressional, and then they have the presidential as well. And so they love to come out here and do their thing.
Because the traditions, the love, the heritage, the food, the hard work, the creativity, the entrepreneurship, and the love of people from every one of those countries throughout the Caribbean that you have brought to New York City is an enormous part of what keeps our city strong in every way. We're going to celebrate it today, but that is why our city is together.
Well, we have James. We're not nowhere. Well, he's just giving us a glimpse as to what's happening here. People are now walking out. They're preparing to head on the parkway to do their thing, and that's where the music and the big bacchanal session that, as you notice, I already have on my Carnival shirt.
Jemani, we gotta go in. Your name was just called. Yes. So get up there quickly.
That's Jemani Williams, a young man who has worked his way up into politics since many of you may recall when Jemani Williams had his dreadlocks, and he ran into a problem many years ago right there on Eastern Parkway when he was briefly arrested. And after the officers realized who he represents, then they apologized. He cut his dreadlocks off. James is heading out toward the parkway. And again, what you are watching is behind the scenes stuff with the politicians heading in and doing their thing right here. Security, police officers, they have to, of course, guard the politicians. And after that, they head on the parkway, a live glimpse as to what's happening there. And we say good morning to the NYPD officers as well, who have to go out there in their hundreds upon hundreds of members of NYPD. Now we're hoping that today is going to be a very, very safe and peaceful day on the parkway. As some of you who might be watching and are prepared to head down there, just be safe. Again, we just give you a breathless glimpse as to what happens first. In other words, we can interpret it to go to this VIP section to get, a send-off, so to speak, to the parade, to the parkway on Eastern Parkway. A long stretch.
You see the hat mark like I have on my head? This one is for you.
Thank you. Yeah. So you guys will be seeing me with that hat, straw hat, as we call it in Guyana. Again, for those of you who are interested as to know what's happening, this is basically a behind-the-scene kind of thing. Right there in downtown Brooklyn. It's not far from Brooklyn Library, Brooklyn Museum, and so forth. So I have on my Labor Day, my Carnival shirt. So if you guys see me on the parkway doing my thing, if you guys see me on the parkway doing my thing, just know that it's Labor Day and it's something that has been around for quite a long time. This is something that if you live in New York, it's a month. It's a month where you find everyone have their flags representing their country.
I see Claire Patterson is there. Mark, you're live on Radio in Guyana. You have Claire Patterson, Mark, and Marie is there. Guyanese there. All these Guyanese, the big shots, and the maestro politician of Brooklyn. Anne Marie, you're live on. You are live with Mark Ben Sharp Show 107.1 in Guyana. Yeah. Your brother's there. And your video's there. Guyanese girl and Sherry Fraser is here too. Live on radio with Mark. All three Guyanese girls.
Thank you, Mark, for showcasing what the real Guyanese crew is about. We come together as one people, one nation, one destiny.
Hey, them people there. Got you, Marie. And Marie, we will want to speak with you off camera in a minute. I know the parade is going to hit, but I want to see you in a minute. Okay, good. And Marie is the main Grand Marshal among the Grand Marshals here today. She's Guyanese of Indian extraction, but she has lived in Brooklyn for 30 years since she left Guyana. And also the president of this West Indian Day Carnival right now, she's Guyanese, Michelle Gibbs, a relative of Lance Gibbs. She's inside there as well, but it's so busy you cannot disturb everyone. So I'm just coming to the back.
And we're very grateful for you.
So Guyanese are taking over. And Mark, I'm going to overspeak my mind. At this time, I'm talking about Guyanese and Guyana, what we are doing here in New York, and working on our Guyana Avenue for Brooklyn. Guyana Avenue, big in Brooklyn, coming soon.
Absolutely. And it is something, what James is talking about there, the Guyana
That's
Avenue.
Breaking news. That's breaking news.
We
Yes, sir. Oh, my goodness. This is the Consul General of Haiti.
No, not me.
Not you anymore? Not anymore? You're not the Consul General anymore?
I'm still attaché security.
You're attaché security of the Haitian Consulate in New York. All right, my good buddy. I have known him for many years. Glad to see you, buddy.
How are you, Papa?
Glad to see you. And that's Jane, the big Jane. Jane is a Guyanese, I gotta say, because she's from Dominica, but she has done a lot for Guyanese. For instance, Jane, you need to tell you live on radio in Guyana. Jane was the person I went to because she was a financial person here, and I went to her to get the First Lady of Guyana.
I was a president at that time.
He was a president at that time to get the First Lady of Guyana to be the Grand Marshal in this parade.
Yes, that was in 2020.
2020.
Yeah, hello, Guyana. Hello. We love you.
And we thank you and we love you too.
You're most welcome.
Okay, thank you for all you did. All right, more.
Thank you. Yeah, and this is just a behind the scene glimpse, guys.
Yes, man. Glad to see you, buddy.
As to what happens behind the scene at this
And
VIP.
this is Sybil, the great Sybil Chester, the great Sybil. Go right there, Sybil. I see you have your Guyanese crew here again. You're live on radio in Guyana, 107.1 FM radio, live. This is your Guyanese crew, Mark.
Yeah, tell Sybil.
Right there again.
Hi.
And Rickford is here again, too.
Haven't seen Sybil Chester in a while.
And we're moving around. Yeah. And we have, your friend. We have your friend Harold Miller and his family with the next president in the future of the United States, his son. Right? Harold now, Harold is one of the highest ranking person in the Attorney General's office in the state of New York, and he's Guyanese descent. Harold, let's say hi to the Guyanese people in Guyana. You're live with Mark.
Labor Day here in the United States. Hope everyone is well. Back in Guyana, the weapons.
All right. And
Thanks,
Mark
Harold.
is on with you. Live.
Thank
Your
you.
friend Mark. Yeah.
Well, Mark. Hope
Thanks.
he is well.
Mark responds.
Thank you for all of your support.
and this is his TNT in the house. All right. And Rita Joseph is on, Mark. We had a meeting with her the other day, remember? She's now speaking, so let me see.
Councilmember Kevin Riley from the Bronx, Councilmember Mercedes Narcisse from Brooklyn,
And Narcisse, Mercedes is dancing up.
Williams from Queens, Councilmember Gail Brewer from Manhattan, and Councilmember Farrah Lewis from Brooklyn. And thank you for coming, and let's go mash it up on the Parkway.
Mash it up on the parkway.
Thank you so much. Is Karen Crawford nearby to acknowledge the dignitaries who are not speaking? If not, I would just like to move the program along until.
Again, this is a behind the scene, a VIP section, a first-hand glimpse as to what happens. This is where it all begins. All the politicians go, they say something, they take photographs, and they do their thing before the parkway. And so when you see them on the parkway, it means they just came from here.
Yes. Going through. All right. So you're live with Mark Bishop on radio in Guyana. So you're shaking my hand. Mark, you know this young man from way back when you used to walk the streets of Church Avenue by John Blue Real Estate with your radio and your newspaper program, with your office next to mine. Say hi to him. Tulloch run for city council back then, Mark. You remember Tulloch, Ricky Tulloch.
Hi,
Say hi,
Tulloch.
Ricky.
Good morning, and good morning to all your viewers in the wonderful Guyana. I actually have a nephew over there.
Yeah.
So, you know, it's always good to talk to folks from Guyana and to see my good friend Richmond here. You know, it's just a wonderful thing in Brooklyn today. And, you know, of course, we're enjoying the festivities. One of the sun is
Yeah, it's sunny, yeah, man. Nice sun.
So it's nice. So sorry you couldn't be here, but hopefully next year you'll make the trip up.
Yeah, man.
And come and enjoy some of this excitement.
Jump on the plane and come over.
Yes.
All right. Ricky, my pleasure always.
Same here.
All right, good. Well, now. I have to greet this big man here, the clergy director for the mayor's office. I want to overspeak and say the future borough president of Brooklyn. But Mark Bishop, this is Pastor Monroe's clergy director for the mayor in the city of New York. You're live on 107.1 Guyana radio station. Yes, you're live. Yes, what's up, GC? I like that. I like that.
From GT to VI.
From GT to all right, there you go.
Just say hello to everybody in the big, beautiful South American island of Guyana.
All right, I love that one.
To be with you all and hope to see you all soon.
Yes, coming live from the island of Brooklyn.
That's right, I'm bringing us back that city bike that we saw.
You know Photoshop? Photoshop is good. Yes, man. Talk to you soon. Hey, how you doing? This is the niece of Dr. Una Clark, and this is the first cousin of Congresswoman Yvette Clark, and she's running away, and all of our people there, all right? And Felina Backer, this biggest singer in town, no matter what it is. You can talk about gospel, jazz, anything, soca, reggae, and she's dancing and she's singing. Yeah. Yes, sir. Yes.
Again, a behind the scene view as to what's happening. where all the politicians who attend the Parkway session, all of the politicians, they meet up for breakfast, they speak, they shake hands, they allow photographs, and then they hit the Parkway. I'm feeling that Parkway vibe already. I don't know if you guys are, but I am already feeling that Parkway vibe. If you see me on the Parkway doing my thing,
Pleasure, man. Pleasure,
please
pleasure.
leave me.
These are the great security from the Nation of Islam, right? Yes, sir. Yeah, they are always around the Farrakhan crew. Great crew, proud black man,
And
strong
then
black man,
we have James
standing up
Richmond.
from way back with Malcolm X and all those great guys. All right, these are the guys
Somebody's
keep the
asking
community
whether I'm in
safe and
Brooklyn.
together.
This is live from Brooklyn, and I have on my Carnival shirt already, ready to bacchanal and in a safe way. We want you guys, those who are preparing to head out there, to be safe. We have lost contact there with James Richmond out there on the Parkway. I've had my many years on the Parkway. The Parkway was kind of like a ritual. You do not miss it at all. You just do not miss it. We just lost connection there, James Richmond. Hopefully, we will hear from him again. We were hoping to get some of the other folks on, Congresswoman Yvette Clark, Congressman Hakeem Jeffries, for a few words, and then we lost James Richmond, who decided to sit in as our camera guy, as our commentator there on the ground at that VIP event. It's usually they meet early in the morning, they have their breakfast, they say a few words, and they meet with the organizers of the West Indian Labor Day Carnival Association. The West Indian Carnival Day Association is something that has been around for 50 something years, and it's now headed, probably for the first time, by a Guyanese. It doesn't mean that Guyanese weren't part of that Carnival Association. I remember many years ago, headed by Carlos Lamazon, the guy who obviously, started the West Indian Labor Day Carnival, a very good guy. He has contributed tremendously to that carnival, to this big session that we are now enjoying. All of us are enjoying. All of the politicians, and Carlos Lamazon is now dead, but he has left this great legacy for all of us, every single one of us. So we pay homage to Mr. Lamazon, a wonderful human being who is no longer with us. But, the importance of the Labor Day Carnival, the importance of this is where politicians get to showcase themselves, get to market themselves. And everyone wants to be there, from the mayor to the governor. Every politician in Brooklyn wants to be there, every single one of them. Why? It is pretty obvious. You get big mileage. They're all the newscasts out there, television stations, from ABC to NBC to New York One. You name it, they are out there. All of the Caribbean outlets and so forth, news outlets, they are there. And some of you might be asking, the politicians, do they want to go and dance? Yes, because they represent a lot of Caribbean people as well. It doesn't matter where you are from the Caribbean, or in our case, South America, Guyana, but, we're connected culturally to the Caribbean. Hence, there's always a debate whether, but that debate has long become irrelevant to me. But we are all part of that Caribbean basin. Even though we are outside of that basin, we still put ourselves in that basin. So the politicians want to be down there. They want to be out there so that they can showcase themselves, especially leading up to elections. We have politicians that are out there. Like I've said, they dance up. They show you that they are part of the community. They show you that they are down to earth. They wind up and, they enjoy themselves, which is good. And so later on, you will see them on the Parkway, jumping up to their music. It's always good to see Senator Chuck Schumer there as well, dancing up. We know Congressman Hakeem Jeffries, no stranger at all. He has been doing it for quite some time. And like you heard earlier, he did say and reminded us that he grew up in Sterling there, street in Brooklyn, Rogers. You know, many of you know that area, know that even with the music on the parkway, the big trucks and all these things, you can hear the music all the way back from Eastern Parkway all the way to Church Avenue, all the way to Snyder, Cortellia Road, Beverly Road, and so forth and so on. You can just hear the music, you can feel the vibes, and you just want to get up and do your thing, so to speak. James Richmond mentioned earlier that, and this is probably the first time some of you are hearing this, that there is this aggressive effort to ensure that there is a long stretch of area renamed in honor of course, Guyana, because Guyanese would have contributed in Brooklyn and in New York and in the US, but specifically we're talking about Brooklyn now, to have a Brooklyn, a Guyana, Brooklyn. Guyana, Guyana having a Brooklyn. That would necessitate. Where are we at now with this? Back again with this discussion. Still trying to figure out how to turn the phone around. It took us, guys, it took us about an hour before James was able to have someone turn his phone around. But we're back to square one here. There we go. He got it.
Well, we have Al Sharpton now arrived.
The Reverend Al Sharpton is there. Let's see if we get a quick hello from the Reverend.
Wonderful speech in Washington. Yes.
Reverend Al Sharpton, you're live on 107.1 FM radio in Guyana. And if you can say a word to the people there on this occasion.
Well,
you're live
I'm
on
happy
radio.
to be here. I've been here every year for about 45 years. It's always great to be with my people.
How are you?
Good
to see you. Can we get a good shot real quick? There we go. This is the warrior.
Thank you.
The Reverend Al Sharpton.
Rose, that's your hat.
Again, you're getting a behind the scenes glimpse.
I'm going to go in for the speech. I'm going to go in, Councilman, but let's go in. Sharpton is headed in there. You're a good buddy. Yeah. I'll be back. Okay.
Again, if you're now joining us in Brooklyn, the VIP section of the Carnival, this is where they finish.
Are you ready for a minute?
With their breakfast.
No.
Yeah, they're finished with their breakfast and
Sharpton, Reverend Sharpton. Reverend Sharpton is here. Reverend Sharpton. Reverend Sharpton is just around.
Social justice and human rights, the Reverend Al Sharpton has joined us. Ladies and gentlemen, please give it up for Reverend Al.
Woo! Good morning. We are blessed to be another Labor Day to celebrate together, to stand and celebrate each other. Let us have a great, peaceful day as we walk down the parkway together. God bless you.
that was very brief by the Reverend Al Sharpton. Again, just to reiterate that the Parkway, if you're a politician in New York and you don't attend the Parkway, especially in Brooklyn, if you're a politician, something is wrong. And so we are seeing all of the politicians out there that we are familiar with, and these politicians represent large number of Guyanese and Trinidadians and Grenadians and so forth. They do that out there. So we are thankful for this coverage, and we are also happy that you, all of you, wherever you're watching, wherever you're listening to us from,
How you doing, my dear? Glad to see you. Glad to see you. Very
behind
good.
the scene glimpse as to what's happening or what happens before the big bacchanal on the parkway, where the politicians are going to be out there and meet and greet folks and
How you
uphold
doing, Mark?
their flag.
This is your big brother Rudy right here.
Yes, yes.
Mark is live in Guyana.
Oh,
yeah.
You know, bless about my Guyanese.
Yes, yes.
All my banners and my business.
I love
God
it.
bless. Yes, guys. So bless up. All right.
Everybody wants to say bless up all them ones.
Tomorrow, President of Queens is right here as well live.
Yeah.
You got to print some T-shirts with this year. You know, Wayne Caesar's big into T-shirts. All the banners and the beanies.
Yes, yes, yes. How you doing, sir? Rabbi, glad to see you here, Rabbi.
Thank you.
Every time.
It's wonderful being here.
Always, I know. It's always a pleasure having you here.
Thank you, especially Yvette.
Yes, yes, yes. Let me put you,
together.
say it to the radio station. You're talking to all the folks in the Caribbean and Guyana right now.
Oh, really? I just want to let everybody in the Caribbean community know how much I love this event. This event is like a magnet, bringing people of all different faiths, of all different ethnicities, of all different flavors and shapes. This is just an incredible event, and this is what New York is all about. Thank you all for what you do. Thank you for being here as part of the New York family.
And thank you, Rabbi. I appreciate you so much. Always a pleasure seeing you. Yes, hello.
Let me say good morning to all of you guys. Again, we just lost James Richmond there out in Brooklyn, and not far from the Brooklyn Museum there on Eastern Parkway. That's a stone throw away from the library. And from there, these guys are just going to hit the streets, hit the crowd on the parkway and walk around and do their thing. It's 10:30 now, you know, just after midday, maybe or so. That's when everything just beginning to warm up, so to speak, before the heat really starts up. And when I say the heat in terms of music, and please, guys, just be safe with whatever that you do there. We know the Carnival, the Labor Day, sometimes with a little bit of controversy and guys who probably get a little hot-headed. Please calm down with that so that we can have a very peaceful event there on the parkway. For those who have been watching, I'm not sure if we're going to be reconnected with Mr. James Richmond, who is our camera guy / commentator on the ground. And so you guys were able to get a firsthand view, a firsthand glimpse as to what happens behind the scene. And that is exactly what happens. All of the politicians, their aides, their chief of staff, you name it, all of them just turn out there just to meet and greet and talk. And then they all go, for some of them go their separate ways, and they hit the parkway. It is what I interpret, and many of you may agree, it is a grand campaigning. It's a grand marketing for all of those politicians to show to us, the Caribbean community, how much they care and that they stop what they're doing to head out there, to head down there and do their thing. Some of them, you will see them doing their thing, mashing up on the parkway, mashing up to the music on the parkway. And then after that, everybody go their grand way. And then when they go their way, we hope that they will just go back into our communities, like most of them do, and work on behalf. And I say most, or I probably would want to say almost all of them who are out there, they work very hard in the Caribbean community. And so, again, I'm not sure if we're going to be rejoined by Mr. Richmond, James Richmond. I noticed somebody's asking, where is my Guyana t-shirt? Where is my Guyana t-shirt? There's always my Guyana flag. It's in my back pocket. You guys will see my Guyana slippers. You guys see my Guyana bandana. You guys will see my Banks beer in my hand. You guys will see everything Guyana. Looking at me should be sufficient, because looking at me, you guys should be able to see the Guyana map, the flag, and everything on my face. I don't know, in the event somebody may have missed that. Let me just remind you that when you look at me, you see the Guyana flag, you see the map, and so forth. Like some of those politicians back home, like Jack Deere, when they hear fun and them, you see Demerara River, you see Borbis River and Essequibo River when you see them. But when you see me, you see the flag and you see the map all over my face, which represents one people, one nation, one destiny. And that is what the message is about today as well. One people, right? Paul Gill, and good morning to the folks out in Linden. Paul Gill and all the other folks out there, good morning to you. Happy Labor Day, Taylor Jones, and John, the entire crew, Norma, Benjamin Singh, Rashley Ford. I'm just Naomi Drucker, Naomi, how are you? Lennox Britton, and all of the crew, all of you guys. Milanda McKenzie is asking, Mark, how are you, Mark? Don't seem very upbeat today. I'm always upbeat. But I was giving our guy on the ground an opportunity to do his thing. And so I am very, very upbeat today. I'm always upbeat. But let's, as we move away from that for a quick minute, let's head to Guyana and give you guys, school reopens today all across Guyana. The kids should be happy to be back in school, but the usual thing, the usual sad situation in $1 billion economy, so to speak, where billions and billions of oil money. Look at what the kids return to school today in Guyana. Take a look, please, guys.
Good morning to you viewers, wherever you're joining this broadcast from. HGP 90 News, we're coming to you live from the Augsburg Primary School here in Maikoni, where there is a developing situation on the first day of the new school term, September school term. We understand that some of the parents that you see there with placards are accusing education officials and the headmistress of collaborating to close the Augsburg Primary School, popularly known as the Burma Road School, to facilitate a new housing scheme that is supposed to be built over there, coming onto this piece of land. So what we're going to do, we're going to hear from some of the parents. As you can see, some of the children are locked out of the classrooms, and we're going to get a glimpse of what exactly is. So if you're now joining this broadcast,
we need our school.
Yeah, I'm coming.
Our school. Don't close Augsburg Primary School.
All right, so the mayor has just arrived. Mayor Eric Adams is here and he's speaking.
So we had to take you guys back to that. We'll head back to Guyana shortly. The mayor of New York City has arrived. Mayor Eric Adams.
Respect, brother, me, Adam. All right.
Excuse us, please. Excuse us, please. Excuse us.
Yes, one. So.
Excuse us, please.
Watch your back.
Yes, yes. Include the back in. I think you're gonna go this way. Yeah.
Over here, over here. Include the back. The back is closed.
Oh. That's not true. That's not true. That's not true at all. Mr. President, I said change the direction. Let me go this way.
Our camera guy.
Adams, I introduced you because they told me you were here, but ladies and gentlemen, please give it up for the 110th mayor of New York who went over and beyond this year. And so again, I want to thank you and your special advisor, Ingrid Lewis Martin, for always having the back of the Caribbean American community. Mayor Eric Adams.
Really thank all the parade organizers and our sponsors. Emblem is everywhere, and many of our sponsors. We made it clear in my days of being state senator in this community and borough president, one of the most important things we wanted to accomplish was to have this parade televised live. There was no reason this parade that brings in millions of dollars in revenue, the heart and soul of this community. Brooklyn, for the most part, is the largest Caribbean diaspora probably anywhere in the country. And so we are really proud that a significant portion of the parade will be televised live, and we will allow the entire globe to see how we do it in Brooklyn, how we know how to march up the parkway and really have a good time. As I see our great Reverend Al Sharpton just walked in. Good to see you today. But really, I just want to give this proclamation to the New York Carnival Parade Day. I, Eric Adams, do proclaim today as New York Caribbean Carnival Parade Day, September 4th, 2023, in New York City. The West Indian Americans have brought the spirit and energy of their homelands to the 5 boroughs. Like many immigrants in our city, they are frontline workers and business owners. They believe in education, family, public safety, and the boundless possibilities that New York has to offer. As the streets of Brooklyn come alive with the sights and sounds of the West Indians, I applaud this great organization, its leadership and supporters for once again organizing this outstanding Labor Day weekend. And let me tell you something, I was out all night, moved throughout the city, and saw the carnival. This is probably going to go down thus far as one of the safest carnival weekends in the history of our city. Hats off to the New York City Police Department and what they did, and hats off to them for using drones to keep us safe and ignoring all the noise. Whatever it takes to be safe, we are going to do it with the level of dignity and respect that we deserve. We found the right balance, the right combination. People enjoyed themselves, and they were able to go home, take a quick shower, and now come out and party with us as we walk up the parkway. Thank you so much. Congratulations to you. Keep doing the great stuff you're doing.
Thank you, Mayor. This concludes our program. It is now time to enter individuals from different island nations under one umbrella demonstrate the power and vibrancy of the peoples of Caribbean. Unity there
This is a glimpse of what happens behind the scenes. The politicians, they show up there. It's called a breakfast session. It has happened for years, as we would say in Guyana, donkey years. I haven't seen the governor, but I know her representative. Several of her representatives are there, usually dating back from Cuomo to Patterson to all of the governors are there at this breakfast session, and then they all hit the parkway. But we're yet to see the current governor there. I'm not sure if she's running late, but governors do not miss the parkway. They just do not miss the Labor Day session parkway at all.
Now, this young lady, Mark, she's Guyanese and Jamaican. She is Miss Caribbean USA. Miss Caribbean USA, Guyanese, Jamaican. See the Indianness in her there as well. Indian and black. She said coolie, I did it. Say a word to the folks in Guyana quickly. Say hi to Guyana.
Hi.
To Guyana.
Hi, Guyana. How are you?
Tell them you're Jamaican Guyanese.
Jamaica, but I am part Guyanese as well. And I hope you enjoy your Labor Day.
Ah.
This is the breakfast session.
And the mother, the wife of former attorney, the great attorney who defended those people from the Central Park who was wrongly accused.
Tawana Brawley.
Alan Moore, his wife is here taking picture with Reverend Al Sharpton. Reverend Al. It's live.
You guys watching the breakfast table, right? Clean up. Time to hit the parkway. The media operatives are all packed.
State Senator
Packed
Kevin Parker is doing a selfie. You're live in Guyana on 107.1.
How's everybody doing?
Yeah.
Look, I'm State Senator Kevin Parker. I represent the 21st District right here in Brooklyn. I'm the majority whip in the New York State Senate as well as the chairman of the Energy and Telecommunications Committee. Having a great Labor Day weekend. Actually spent Friday with the Guyanese Cultural Association at the Kwekwe.
Yes.
A great time.
Yes.
You know, congratulations to all the honorees. Today is Labor Day. We're here at the Wayaka VIP breakfast. We're about to hit the road and wind our ways all the way down the parkway. Hope you're here. Have a safe and wonderful Labor Day.
And tell them you'll surprise them in Guyana soon.
Oh yes, no, we'll be there very, very soon. So give me soon come, as they say.
All right, there you go.
Soon come, they say. Senator Parker there has been around for a while. For quite a while, Senator Parker has been there. Good to see the senator, and that's a different category of senator. Senator Parker is state senator, the state senator. And for those of you who are with us, you heard Senator Chuck Schumer. Senator Chuck Schumer is a U.S. state senator. His office is in Washington, D.C. He represents the U.S. He's a U.S. state senator. Senator Parker is a state senator. His office, of course, he has an office in Brooklyn, and his official office is in the capital of New York. I'm not sure how many of you know where the capital of New York is. This is not to put you guys down. It took me a while to realize that New York City, Manhattan, is not the capital. And so let me see how many of you know where the capital of New York, or what's the capital of New York? Just like in Guyana, the capital of New York is, the capital of Guyana right now is, it changes whenever the PPP is installed into office. And so you guys are correct. You guys are some very, very bright folks who went to a different university other than IFLAT. All right, we lost Mr. James Richmond there. But before we head back to Guyana, I got to put you guys in that carnival mood, right? I want to put you guys in that carnival mood as you prepare to head out to the parade. Just be safe as you do your jumping up and so forth. But let's keep in mind that thousands of school children are being deprived an opportunity, as we know what's happening in Linden. Almost over $300 million for a school that has not yet been built. 300 million your tax dollars, and no school, absolutely no school for the kids in Linden. Compliments of the corrupt PPP regime. No school, a waste of taxpayers' monies. But right after this, we will head back to Guyana to see what is happening with another school there. But before we do, as we got disconnected from the folks at the Labor Day parade, the breakfast session, let's just warm you up a little bit. What's to come on the Parkway? Exactly. What's to come on the Parkway? Many of you know this song. Of course, you should by now as you get into that mode. Let's go, guys.
I'm in the mood, I'm feeling rude, I'm feeling hot, I want to run. The feeling exciting, so darling, let's do something. I wanna rub my body on your body. Body on your body. Let me rub my body on your body. I wanna rub my body on your body. I wanna rub and love up. I wanna rub and kiss up. I wanna rub and jam up. I wanna rub and rub up. I wanna rub my body on your body. Rub my body on your body. Let me rub my body. Your body. I just get paid. I want to play. The vibes is right. I wanna hug up tight. No time to waste. I wanna work my ways. So come on now, babes. Give me a taste. I wanna rub my body on your body. I wanna rub my body on your body. Let me rub my body on your body. I wanna rub my body on your body. I wanna rub and love up.
All right. One of my favorites, of course. You guys already know that. But we lost our contact there on the ground at Brooklyn. But you got to see most of what happens behind the scenes there in Brooklyn. First of all, on Labor Day, the politicians, all of the politicians, the high, the middle, and even those who are approaching the middle, who want to get there up. And so you got a glimpse of almost everyone that you know. They are there. They're now leaving there to head to the parkway. The parkway is just a stone throw away, of course, and they're heading onto the parkway now to do their thing. And if you are prepared to head out there on the parkway and have on your nice parkway carnival shirt as this shirt, take your flags with you. Most of you who are watching us, listening to us, are from Guyana. If you're heading out there, take your Guyana flag with you, your Trini, your Jamaican flags, whatever it is, take it out there and have tons of fun. And we're hoping and praying that it's going to be peaceful. If you see me out there, and you see me dancing away, whatever happens on the parkway stays on the parkway. Again, I wish that some of you can repeat this quietly. Whatever happens on the parkway stays on the parkway. I repeat, whatever happens on the parkway stays on the parkway. I don't want to see you guys showing a video of me winding down Guyana the parkway, because I will send you a lawyer's letter. All right, on a more serious note, it's all good fun out there on the parkway, and I'm almost certain that you guys will have lots and lots of fun. Now, that's not the case with what's happening in Guyana. As we started off earlier, they want to break the school down so that they can, a bunch of silly stuff from the PPP regime. No consultation with the people, absolutely nothing at all. But we will have, so that you guys can get a better understanding as to what's happening at this protest. Happened earlier, not so long ago, and this video footage compliments of Travis Chase.
Don't close Oxford Primary School.
We need our school.
Don't close Oxford Primary School.
Good morning to you, sir. I understand.
We need our school.
Don't close Oxford Primary School.
I understand that you are the president of the Parent Teachers Association at this school. Could you tell me?
Morning.
We need our school.
Day before yesterday, the HM, we were informed, the HM just coming to school and tell me that as from today, Monday, our children will not be coming to school here anymore. They would be located on the road. However, prior to that, we the residents of this community, we would always, when school reopening, we would clean the yard, we would clean the school. We cannot do that. I would not do it. My heart would not be at ease.
Do you think there is something else amiss other than just them just closing the school?
I don't know what is the motive behind it, but it just comes as a shock to me. And we noticed that the HM, she been acting very funny of recent. She been acting funny because even when she come in, we had some officials, some Ministry of Education come and they tell me that if we gonna clean the school, because the school got one cleanup and the roof and so it was a little dirty, and they say if we gonna clean it and so forth, because they think, you say, yeah, we gonna clean it, we ain't get a problem with them. And the day when she come in and say we clean the school, this woman whole continents change. She just get angry and jump in she vehicle and fly out and go into region, and next thing is disabled, she come back with. You understand? So
what is it exactly that the PTA and the other parents would like to see happen here? I mean, this school serves how many children from this community?
16.
16. And what would you like to see happen?
We would like to see our school being taken care of. We want a proper fence around the school. If the building got fixed, we want it fixed. And we want a proper fence. This is the only school that in fence, and we ain't got security guard here. All the schools in this country where I go that I know of have a fence and they got security guard. I don't know why we ain't got guard here. And why you think get a proper fence. We need to change the zinc. Yeah, we need the school, the zinc that they say got to change. We need it to change it. And it's not no big leaking like it. It's certain parts just dripping. So I don't know why they're saying the school this and they don't need them. Me, I'm not an engineer. Right. But I ain't see no major, nothing that has to be done here. And next thing, in the meantime, was the school, they're doing the renovation that has to be done. We want our children to be host at a building right in here.
the traveling and go on the road, that is what we are totally against. Because we had an incident already where we lost 6 children traveling here to go on the road in a bus, including a teacher. And the memory would never go away. It would never go away. It would never go away. You know?
Thank you. Thank you. Yes. Anybody else like? So you heard from the president of the PTA Association. Excuse me, sir. Good morning to you.
We need our school.
Could you tell me what exactly is your concern here at Burma School this morning?
We need our school.
I am here in support of
we need our school.
Because I think we need our school. Have our schools. Just here, we would like to have our children taught right here in the community. Because
we need our school.
To the children and the parents.
We need our school.
Don't close Oxford Primary School. 6 miles.
We need our school.
Don't close Oxford Primary School. I support having the school to continue right here.
Thank you. Right.
The HM must go. She don't teach our children. The HM must go. We need our school.
Don't close our school.
The HM must go.
The HM must go.
The HM must go. The HM must go.
Uncle, good morning. What is your concern this morning?
Well, my concern here this morning, Travis, is that you can't just come to the school a day before school open and inform the parent that they got to report to Calcutta school. I mean, that is totally disrespect of the parent and the children in the overall scheme. The first thing, the region supposed to send education people here to inform, because there are 2 months or a month and something the school closed. Come and inform the people that you're going to do some repairs, and they will relocate the students for a week or teachers them for a week. They ain't come nowhere, they ain't put a foot, and just send the administrators to talk about closing the school. Our intention is to close the school a very long time ago.
Yes.
Not now.
Yes.
She don't even teach in the school. She just write on the board, and the children and the smart children got to write down in the books. Yeah, so that is totally nonsense. We don't need them things to be going on at this point in time. So therefore, we don't need her here no more.
Exactly.
Let them remove her and then.
So you're asking for the HM to be removed, and you're also asking for the students to be taught in the village.
In the village. Not to remove from Burma, because we lost a lot of kids a couple of years ago. And the ex-president, both ex-presidents, Mr. Jagdew and Mr. Ramatar, was here with the sympathy with the children them that die on the road. And they know about that. Even Mr. Priyamanichan know about it. So I don't see why they're behaving in that manner way to close the school. Look, you got a housing scheme over there, we're going to be building over 330 something house, how you call it. And you get a school like this and then we're going to close it. What is that? That is really unfair, man, to people in the school. You got a school in Champagne, but you get 5 students and then close. You get one at Barry Creek, you get about 5 or 6 and then close. So why you got to close this? Now you just get a beam deal. Look at beam is deal. And you get 4 teasing sheep. What kind of this one day work for contractor? Exactly. I cannot see this. This is totally disrespect of the people in the area. So why doing it?
Thank you, sir.
Okay, sir. I'm sorry.
Just see our last comment. We're going to have the Member of Parliament for the area, Mr. Viceroy Jordan. Most of you are already familiar with him. Mr. Jordan, thank you for speaking with us this morning. What exactly are your comments and your concern here this morning?
Good morning, Travis. Well, mainly this morning, I want to highlight firstly that this school is perhaps one of the oldest schools in Guyana. Apart from that, in January of this year, I went to the National Assembly during our budget debates, and I spoke about the roof of the school this year. I then spoke about a beam being, in out of the best condition. And I spoke about the living quarters for the head teacher who is at this school and the condition of it. I asked the nationalists at the time of the National Assembly for them to fix the leakage on the school and for them to ensure that the compound is clean and that the living quarters is properly rehabilitated. The then Minister of Local Government stood on his feet and he said to the National Assembly that he was reliably informed by the Regional Education Department of Region 5 that all that I'm saying is far from the truth. But here today we come, almost 7-8 months after. The school is still leaking, the beam is still broken, the living quarters, which I will show you in a little while from now, is completely covered with bush, or bushes rather. And they now come into this community that they want to close this school on short notice. The headmistress, when she came, as I was reliably informed by the parents, she said that the school will be closed until January of next year.
To facilitate what?
She just said closure, not to facilitate anything. As a matter of fact, from all that I understand, the headmistress doesn't want this school in operation. So it is her plot and, again, allegations with the regional education officer to close this school because some of them, for some reason, don't want to come way down at the back of Burma to meet with teachers and children and see the condition. Now, if you had an entire break of 2 months during the summer vacation, you could have procured a contractor. You could have ensured that the school was renovated. You could have ensured that the school was even painted if you see the condition. You could have ensured that the school was clean because the parents of this community are the ones who normally clean the school. And you can see from internal, I will share that with the media, exhibits, the parents came, teachers rather came, clean with parents, with the cleaner, fixed the classrooms and prepared for school. And when they finished doing all of that, the headmistress turned up to say that school would be closed. Now, the thing I'm saying is that we have 16 children here, with 2 new ones coming into the force, grade 1, I think they call it at nursery, year 1. We cannot afford to send our nursery school children to Calcutta 6 miles away from here. We cannot afford to send our primary school children 6 miles away from here. The fact of the matter is, the bus that the coalition government bought for the children leaving here, the secondary children that is, to go to the road for schools, that bus is a 30-seat bus, including the driver. So we have 29 seats available for the children. 34 children are already on that bus. In addition to 34, you tell me you want to put 16 more children in that bus? So the provision that they're saying that they made for bus, that is far, it's nonsense because the bus is already full. And so you cannot put 16 other children. But the biggest part of it, in which I am in sympathy with the residents of this community, we lost in 2015 6 of our children and a teacher, simply because they were traveling from the road, coming in back to this community. Do you think we would want to send them to travel daily up and down this road to come with the condition we know for sure the road is in at some sections? Because this uncaring government, and permit me to just wave off, they fix the road up to a certain part where their business people would benefit from, and to come the other short distance to where the residents of Burma who really need the road would traverse, they left that part. So you find that Sarge, Rice Mill, Mars, Board, and all those, Champagne Creek and the others, they would get the full access of the road. But the people at Burma, they would not have any access.
So coming back to the school, what is your resolve here today?
I believe, Travis, it would not take more than 2 days to get the beam fixed. It would not take a day to put in 14 zinc sheets on the roof. Get the contractor, get the job done, bring the children back to school, and let us continue as per normal. Because it is clear that the regional executive officer doesn't understand that this is the problem here. Because the redo of this region should have been briefing our regional executive officer on what is happening here. Because I spoke with the regional executive officer. The redo perhaps doesn't even understand what is happening at this school. Because she should have been in the position to say to the parents in consultation probably 2 months ago that, look, we're going to close this school. And so because we're going to close this school, you would have to prepare your children to go to Calcutta. They never did any of that. So I'm coming back. The school needs to be fixed immediately. We will not send our children on the road. They will remain here, and when they fix the school, then the children will return. If the HM wants to go, let her go. We don't have a problem, but let the teachers who are here remain, and let the HM go, because she is bent on going to the road to teach. Let her go. We can ask Priya and the Redo to give her a free transport, but let the children remain, and let Burma Augsburg Primary School remain in operation. And I want to ask that the Minister of Education look into the operations of the Regional Education Department, because from what we understand and the complaints of the residents, this is not my take on it, but the residents and parents are saying that the education department doesn't care a damn about this school. They don't even put any interest into it. And in particular, they reference the regional education officer, because they don't pay attention to Augsburg Primary. And that is the bottom line. Fix the school and let out.
You heard from MP Vincroy Jordan.
The engineer was here 1 week ago, and the engineer give the contractor strict instruction to go and look after the beam and the zinc before school opening, and nothing have been done up to now.
So 1 week ago,
the engineer was here and the contractor, and the engineer give the contractor instruction right away to start to get material to fix it.
Well, you see, when you put all of that together, you understand there's another force behind the closure of the school. Because if the engineer said that the school could be fixed 1 week ago and close.
All right, a little piece of what's happening there. Protest at the school. There's no explanation there about this event. Absolutely nothing. And I agree with almost every one of you. Your sentiments expressed. One person, Pamela Guruk, is saying here, they're not going to do anything. They're wicked and vindictive. And that is so true. They are wicked and vindictive. They do not care about children. They do not care about education. They do not care about anything at all. The PPP is who they are, a bunch of corrupt vagabonds in office, installed vagabonds. That is what they are. All right, it's Labor Day, of course. Don't allow the music to flood out the realities in Guyana right now. I noticed state senator, some state senators will be heading to Guyana. State senators, that is, difference from U.S. senator. They will be heading to Guyana. I'm not sure, but certainly several have said to me that it is not a fact-finding mission, but they're just basically going down there because a lot of members from their communities are Guyanese, and so some of them themselves are Guyanese. Of course, not State Senator Parker, but Parker is part of the Caribbean community, and he has been representing the Caribbean community along with State Senator Roxanne Prasad and others. They will be heading to Guyana, and we will give you more information on that right here on 107.1 FM. We'll have a representative, also Guyanese extraction, to talk about the situation with that visit. All right, but for now, we just want you guys to stay safe, and until then, God
Want to run the feeling excited. body on your body. Let me rub my body on your body. I wanna rub my body on your body. I wanna rub and love up. I wanna rub and kiss up. I wanna rub and jam up. I wanna rub and rub up. I wanna rub my body on your body. Rub my body on your body. Let me rub my body. Rub my body on your body. I just get paid. I want to play. The vibes is right. I wanna hook up tight. No time to waste. I wanna work my waist. So come on, face. Give me a taste. I wanna rub my body on your body. I wanna rub my body on your body. Let me rub my body on your body. I wanna rub my body on your body. I wanna rub and love up. I wanna rub and kiss up. I wanna rub and jam up. I wanna rub and rub up. I wanna rub my body on your body. I wanna rub my body on your body. Let me rub my body on your body. I wanna rub my body on your body. Well, you know, I feel it, 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 I feel it.
So, this is attorney Shellen Washington, owner and founder of the Washington Law Firm, located at 455 Utica Avenue in Brooklyn, New York. We're specialized in medical malpractice, personal injuries, matrimonial law, and landlord and tenant. If you're in need of legal representation, please give us a call today. The number to call is 718-877-3100. Consultation is free at no cost to you. So call us today to see if we can be of any assistance to your legal needs. Again, the phone number to call us is 718-877-3100.
Smoking my brain, I wanna do my thing. Work up a sweat until I soak in wet. Rub your body, show no mercy. Because I'm feeling tipsy, I'm feeling freaky. I wanna rub my body on your body. I wanna rub my body on your body. Let me rub my body on your body. I wanna rub my body on your body. I wanna rub and love up. I wanna rub and kiss up. I wanna rub and jam up. I wanna rub and rub up. I wanna rub my body on your